Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast, Full Lid Friday. We do these every once in a while when we got a lot of stuff to cover. Today we got some big topics to cover. Lil Tay, this insane thing that's been going on for the last couple of days, is kind of just waiting, doing a little bit of research, which is, I generally don't do a ton of research, but for this one, you kind of have to. And I'm glad I waited because what happened was crazy. Also, we're going to talk about this douche mom of the day someone has sent me from TikTok. Oh my gosh, you guys, douche mom of the day, like big time. And also we're going to snark a little bit of Dougherty Dozens shorts because some of them are pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. But before we get to that, everybody, we have to dance. I spin the wheel every Friday, and if you are above the lowest tier, every Friday you get on the wheel. And if you are any tier, at the end of the month, everybody gets on the wheel and you win a shirt and some prizes and some Canadian candy. It's a really good prize. We are the Canadian candy, and I have to ship it to my shipper, so I'm waiting till it gets a little bit cooler to ship because I don't want a big box of melted chocolate to arrive at the door. So that's what's going on. So if you're wondering why you aren't getting candy lately, it's because we're out. All right. So anyway, we're gonna spin the old wheel, do a little dance. Well, I'm not gonna dance. I'm actually gonna fix this thing up here. People are upset about. See this? They don't like this little. I'm gonna see if I can fix it during the dance. All ready? I got my drill. Let's go. Baby. A little better. Boom. Some people's OCD was going crazy. Sophie, you win a prize. Reach out to Josh at the dadchallengepodcast.com with your shirt size and your address, and I'm gonna hook you up. Otherwise, let's get to the full lid. Did it work? Sort of a little bit. Yeah, let's zoom back in. Yeah. I hope that made you happy. So today we're talking about, obviously, Lil Tay. It's one of the biggest stories going on the internet right now. Obviously, my take on it's going to be a little different than most people's takes. Well, maybe not, but obviously it's going to come down to the exploitation of this little girl, Lil Tay. So I did a little bit of research, watched a bunch of videos on it. Lots of great creators out there making great videos on this subject. Really down. Really got it all down, and so I took some notes and everything else, and so you probably see me looking at my notes. But basically what has happened recently, everybody was reaching out to me saying, Josh, Lil Tay is an influencer who was around 9 years old when she went viral for being like the youngest flexer in the world, right? She would say that, oh, I bought this Ferrari, I bought this car, I bought this apartment, I bought this house, and she'd flex with a bunch of cash. And she went massively viral for being like this ratchety little, girl who was like ratchety, right? She was like, Cardi B's younger self type of thing. And I guess Rice Gum was a big YouTuber who discovered it first, and she kind of went viral from that. And she did interviews with Jake Paul. Obviously, Jake Paul. I hate Jake Paul. You know why I hate Jake Paul? Because he's a douche. But not only because he's a douche, but because throughout his career, he absolutely exploited lots of children. And maybe it's worth doing a video on, if those videos still exist, of how many children he actually exploited. And there are people like JoJo Siwa who allowed themselves to be exploited, or her parents did, throughout her career, and now she's exploiting kids. These people will exploit anybody that's going viral, and a lot of them were children, and that's crazy, and it shouldn't have happened, okay? So Jake Paul just is a dick. And one day Jake Paul's going to wake up and mature, and it's probably going to be in his 40s, and hopefully he has a, turnaround and he apologizes for all the shit he did, but he's a douche. I don't like that guy. Just if you make your whole persona being a douchebag, then people are going to think you're a douchebag, and he probably is a douchebag. So anyway, I got a bunch of videos. So there's a video here on YouTube that's by Fun Stuff For You, Lil Tay Funny Moments compilation. Now, I'll be honest with everybody. I had no idea who Lil Tay was, and I think for the majority of people who are into the story right now, are the same. And that's by design, in my opinion, okay? Because this is what came out on Instagram the other day, on her Instagram. It is with a very heavy heart we share the devastating news of our beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing. We have no words to express the unbearable loss and indescribable pain. This outcome was entirely unexpected and has left us all in shock. Her brother's passing adds an even more unimaginable depth to our grief. During this time of immense sorrow, we kindly ask for privacy as we grieve this overwhelming loss, as the circumstances surrounding Claire and her brother's passing are still under investigation. Claire will forever remain in our hearts, her absence leaving an irreplaceable void that will be felt by all who knew and loved her. Now, this has obviously come out to be fake. If you're following the story to any degree, this is fake. Claire and I guess her family and her spokespeople are saying is that this was their account was hacked. In my opinion, that's absolutely a bullshit lie, and we're going to show you a little bit today about why we think that's a bullshit lie. But to start, we're going to show you some of it. Someone just compiled here a video, Lil Tay's funniest moments. But this is kind of what made her viral. So get ready. And if you're a parent watching this, get ready to be pissed.
It's Lil Tay. Let me tell y'all something. This shit costs more to your rent. My toilet costs more to your rent. Everything in my bathroom costs more to your rent. And see, this is my closet.
You don't know what she's saying? Mudbayent? It's more than your rent is what she's saying. This costs more than your rent. That toilet likely didn't cost more than your rent, though.
Everything here be designed.
But she holds money, right? Because it's like this is the persona that her brother, which in my opinion is the guy behind this, pushing this whole thing, was pushing her to do this.
Gucci, Louis, Versace, and also when I was 6 years old, I lived in Atlanta and I was broke as hell.
You're not broke as a 6-year-old. Your parents are broke.
But one day I woke up, I said to myself, I ain't gonna be broke no more. So I got up and I started working hard, moving bricks, and now we be living in the hills. See that?
Moving bricks. See, this is like, again, I've never seen any of this. You know what moving bricks means, right? I think, if I'm correct, I watch Narcos. Isn't that mean moving bricks of dope and cocaine and weed? What do you mean moving bricks? What? See, again, this is a persona made up, and anybody who fell for this actually... And lots of people apparently did, right? Most people knew it was fake who had a brain in their head, but some people thought this was real. She didn't make millions of dollars.
Have you? Y'all don't have that view, and I be holding your mama's rank. This bed cost me a Lamborghini, and I work hard, so if y'all work hard, y'all can accomplish your dreams.
That bed was an old lady's bed, by the way.
Just like I did. I fuck your mama, cause she a thought, and I'ma become your...
Did she just say F your mama cause she's the thought? Did she just say that? Holy shit!
Oh, father, but I ain't spending money on child support. I'ma spend that money on foreign shit, bitch.
You wouldn't have any child support. Again, why would people think this is real? As a 9-year-old, what are you paying child support for? What?
100,000 on my wrist. See this shit right here? That's Gucci, bitch. Y'all can't afford things like Lil Tay if you're balling in the IA. I dropped 200 racks on this car, and I'm only 9 years old. I got the keys to this car.
I don't know what racks means. I think it's 1,000.
These are butterfly wings. Y'all haven't seen this car in your lives. I've been driving this around the Beverly Hills area, and I'm only 9 years old.
You're not driving that around in the Beverly Hills area at 9.
I ain't got no license, but I ain't ever gonna get no license. If you're wearing Gucci from head to toe, y'all can't afford this shit. This shit costs your whole rent.
And so this is what happens. A girl like this is being taken advantage of. And then she's taken advantage of by lots of rappers and getting in these videos because she went viral for these things. So these guys would have her in their videos.
I be wearing a new fresh Nike. Y'all be wearing cheap ass shit like hand-me-downs and shit like that, bitch. Like, before you talk shit about me, why don't you go make some money, okay, bitch? I'm the youngest flexer of the century. I don't know what y'all be doing, bitch.
You want to look at this kid's face right here. There's no snark here. That kid right there that's the truth right there. Anybody ever see her face like that and pause this video to that point and see like what she's doing right here? This is a 9-year-old girl who should be playing with Barbies, hanging out with her siblings, going hang with her friends, sleepovers, going to see Taylor Swift, stuff like that, okay? That's what she should be doing. But this kid is being coerced into doing videos like this because going viral does make you lots of money, okay? But that's what she's being forced to do. And these rappers and stuff around her, this people, this group that she's hanging around with, she has no business being around these people. There's no business being around these adults who are taking advantage of her like this. That's absolutely...
You already know what it is. Lil Tay, the youngest flex of the century. I'm only 9 years old, but I'm richer than all y'all broke ass haters. This be my kitchen. It's bigger than your whole entire living room, and I got 4 more houses. Y'all haters are already older
Standing on glass tables is dangerous.
than me, but y'all still talking shit. I'm a 9-year-old millionaire, and I be smoking dope, bitch. Shut your...
That wasn't dope. It wasn't. But why? Again, she doesn't know these things. Somebody is behind the scenes, again, which I think is her brother, is forcing her to do these things or coercing her into doing these things. And that's crazy. Smoking dope and like you're 9. Like they're trying to be like the Island Boys, which again, there's got to be a video on that soon. Holy shit. This whole industry is so crazy. It's so crazy that the people would actually want their children in something like this. After seeing what we've seen for lots of cases, especially child actors, why would you ever want your kid in an industry like this? Like, I have zero respect for anybody who wants fame for the children. Like, it's not fame for your children you want, it's fame for you and money. And so, Anybody who does this, who puts their children in these types of situations, you have zero. I have no respect for you. I think you're a douche.
Your mouth before I smack you on teeth. Message to all y'all broke ass haters. Y'all ain't doing it like Lil Tay. This is why all y'all fucking ears hate me, bitch. This shit cost me $200,000. I'm only 9 years old. I ain't got no license, but I still drive this sports car, bitch. Your favorite rapper ain't even doing it like Lil Tay. Lil Tay just got verified. Y'all all said I wouldn't make it, but bitch, look, I'm verified now. Lil Tay, the youngest fucks of the century. Bitch, I got verified.
Goddamn, what the hell? Ouch! Dang it! Ow! I'm gonna go to the police! You're crazy!
It's not even funny. It's not good. It's so bad.
Ugly ass boy. Call the police. I don't care, bitch. Shut your ugly ass up. You wanna run somewhere?
No, don't walk in front of me.
You wanna run somewhere?
Who's that?
I'm talking, you know, like that.
Is that the Cash Me Outside girl? Like, this is the people that this is who they want to be. Let me stop there for a second. I have to do a whole video on all these Cash Me Outside girls and the Island Boys. There has to be a whole video done on this. I don't know if that's her, but it's just reminding me of her. The Cash Me Outside girl set into motion a whole slew of other little creators who wanted to be just like the Cash Me Outside girl. And her whole fame came from like, Cash Me Outside, I'll kill you. Like, I'll cut you. I'll fight you. I'm a disgusting piece of shit type of kid who grew up with terrible parents. And it literally inspired a whole slew of girls to be just like her. That's the danger of this shit, everybody. I know everybody's like, it's funny, but you don't know that which kid's going to be influenced to want to try to be something like that. And clearly, Lil Tay is somebody who was inspired by someone trash talking and being a shit ass like that.
Hey, put your shoe on.
Put your bag down. Tough stuff? Put your bag down. Tough stuff?
You know, go get everything right.
She's trying to, what?
What's up? Come on.
Hey,
What's up? Do something great.
Is that Lil Tay? I thought that was Cash Me Outside girl.
Come on. What's up? No. What's up?
Don't start talking to me.
What's up?
Stop.
Come on, run it, bitch. You trying to fight? Come on, touch me. I want you to hit me. Hit me, bitch. Hit me. If you hit me, I'll hit me. I'm right here. You coming at me, so you hit me.
Who the hell is that person? Why is this girl around these types of people? This is a 9-year-old little girl. Why are you putting her around people like this?
You're so about it.
That is the Cash Me Outside girl.
You're so about it. You're so big and bad.
You're so about it. I don't know what that means, but I think it means something. So after watching that, obviously I've never seen something like that. It's crazy. This kid is obviously being coerced into doing things that she shouldn't be doing, and that's actually bananas. I can't believe that someone would put their little, and again, I think it's the brother doing this, put his little sister around this. I can't believe the parents would allow this. Well, we're gonna get to that in a second, but at least the mom did. So you're seeing all that stuff, but it's actually come out since then that stuff was all fake. She's walking through her mother's real estate listings, which got her mother fired, by the way. And those real expensive cars were like her co-workers' cars that they were stepping on, jumping on, getting in. They weren't supposed to be doing that. Her mother got fired from her job for allowing this to happen. So the mother allowed all this to happen, but the brother was the brains behind it all. Lil Tay's brother, Jason Tian, his family reveals 21-year-old brother, 14-year-old social media rapper has also died. He hasn't died. Again, in my opinion, this guy's the one who made this post, because right after everything went down, everybody got fired and things got exposed, she basically got canceled for all intents and purposes. Nobody watched her. Nobody wanted to watch her anymore because, like, oh, it's fake. Like, you didn't know it's fake anyway, but that's what happened. She basically got called out for being fake because her brother did a video.
No, wait. Go back and say, like, no, you broke ass bitch. You still, you out here. You were out here like with your irrelevant ass. You making a video on me? Like, bitch, I'm way more irrelevant than you. You're trying to be relevant and you trying to be like me.
Mommy, stop! I was filming! Lil Tay be popping on YouTube right now.
What do you do? You're gonna be like more ignorant.
More ignorant.
You're gonna be like, ooh, Lil Tay out here. But what did he say again?
You still irrelevant, like I said last time. What do I say? I'm a trend maker, and you a trend follower. You a Lil.
Okay, so that was the video that kind of broke, and then everything kind of hit the fan for them, and then they just basically went ghost. They went dark on Instagram, took everything down, and everything went kind of crazy. Like, and people were like, "What happened?" And then she left a post on her Instagram that said, "Help me," which again I think was fake. Because she had got new management. I guess new management was trying to rebrand and trying to get her back up, her image back up. And that's what they did. And they got a little bit of motion with that post, but then it didn't really get it. She lost hundreds of thousands of subscribers, wasn't making any money. Don't forget, everybody, Instagram and everything else, if you're doing little shorts that go viral like that, you're not making a ton of money. Okay? You can go viral, and that's fine, but you're not making lots of money. Like, if I go, my most watched short on my YouTube channel has something like 3 million, almost 4 million views of me making smash burgers, okay? No, it's me opening Canadian bagged milk. Okay, that video has made me $40. If that was any of my long form videos with that many views, that would make me literally tens of thousands of dollars. Okay, that's how much going viral, if you do long viral content, makes. If you do short term content on TikTok and Instagram, whatever, you don't make a lot of money. So this kid wasn't making millions of dollars, maybe a few hundred, maybe a few thousand a month, but nothing like she was saying. Okay. Going viral doesn't mean, but if she goes on people's interviews, she goes on interviews and she does all these things, then she can do the circuit and get paid for it. But she's not doing ad reads, because what company would team up with this kid to do ad reads, right? She was not making the money that they were saying she was making. Okay. Now, I could be wrong about that, but I didn't see any long form content. I didn't follow her career, but she has 3 million subscribers on Instagram. So making a post with the only way you're going to really make money on Instagram was through ad reads on your post. So if you have 3 million subscribers on Instagram, then the companies will pay you like $5,000 to mention this product or whatever. But again, which company is going to advertise with a 9-year-old girl saying she's smoking weed and drinking? It's not going to happen. So in my opinion, I absolutely don't think that they made the money that they said they were making. Like, not even a fraction of it. Okay, holding all those dollars, holding all that money, that's basically all they had. And they were just using that. Now, she got her clout and it got her fame, but it didn't get to the next level as far as I'm concerned. Now, she went on Jake Paul's show. He's a dickhead. He probably paid her to do that, right? She went on other people's channels. She probably got ad revenue splits if they had contracts in place, which I doubt they did, by the way. Then they went on Good Morning America here, and I got to show you this interview because it's with her mom.
How would you respond to critics who would say, oh, you're just going to try to profit off your daughter now?
No one's forcing me to do this. That's not true that she wants to make money off of me.
And what about those home?
Yeah, it's not true because the mother wasn't really making money off her, but the mother was allowing this to happen. The brother and the sister were making the money, and it wasn't, again, I'm telling you guys, it wasn't the money you think it was, okay? But where's the brother? Why didn't you interview the brother at Good Morning America? Because he's the brains behind it.
She claims to own. GMA talked to Mom Angie's former boss at a Vancouver real estate firm who told us Lil Tay filmed using his car and some of his properties for sale, all without his approval.
I didn't shoot in anyone else's house.
You didn't shoot.
She's been coached to lie on television. And again, this isn't Lil Tay's fault. She is like 9, 10 years old here. This kid is being forced to lie. And these, like, you know what? Good Morning America, I understand what they're trying to do, but this is a minor, and you're like trying to catch her in lies. And I understand why, but at the same time, like, you know, it's a little,
In anyone else's house. Just like...
No one has proof that I did.
And who's behind?
There we go. Why are you trying to, like, again, corner a 9-year-old? It's not the flex you think it is, but I understand why they're trying to do it. They're trying to call it, and I appreciate what they're trying to do. They have to show it, to call it out, to say that this is wrong.
Find the shocking content on Lil Tay's social media accounts?
My mom doesn't run social media accounts.
Yeah,
I use my own Instagram.
These images...
And if that's true, if she used her own Instagram, she was breaking Instagram's rules. And this is another proof that Instagram clearly does not give two shits, because she is blue check marked on Instagram. Doesn't say parent run, doesn't say account run by parent, none of that stuff. So it says account managed by management. All it shows is that Instagram actually doesn't verify anything. And if they did, there wouldn't be any kid accounts on Instagram because it doesn't matter if it's run by the parent. It's still kid content. It's unbelievable that Instagram allows this.
Will live on and follow you for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. Is a 9-year-old really capable of making this kind of decision?
No, it's called informed consent, so no.
This is my decision. I'm happy with what I'm doing.
We spent time with Lil Tay and her family 6 weeks after they moved from Canada to Hollywood.
I'm gonna have my name on one of these stars one day.
We were surprised.
You won't.
tries to find a precocious, soft-spoken 9-year-old whose mom says she's a straight-A student. What are all the things that you do?
Swimming, skating, piano.
She is a well-mannered and a great kid.
This mom clearly has no idea what's going on. This mom barely speaks a lick of English, first of all, so she obviously caters to the Chinese population of Vancouver, which is immense and vast. Okay, you can't live in Vancouver unless you're selling your home in China and moving to Vancouver or buying multiple. Like Vancouver is full of people coming from China. It's like the very, very wealthy Chinese people in Canada. It is one of the, I think, if not Toronto, Vancouver's the second most expensive city probably in North America, next to Toronto. Maybe next to Manhattan. I don't know, maybe third most expensive. But it's expensive is what I'm telling you. His mom has no idea what's going on. Okay, the brother is the one behind the whole thing doing it all.
But that's not what comes across on the internet.
People think it's like funny, I guess, because I'm 9 years old and I've accomplished so much.
I don't think
You haven't accomplished anything.
a lot of people are believing that you're making millions of dollars at 9.
If they don't believe that, then I don't really care.
YouTube
She's not making millions of dollars.
stars like Jake Paul are either co-opting her act or trashing it. Snoop Dogg even accusing her 16-year-old brother of coaching her.
A lot of people are gonna say this and that. We just keep going.
Yeah, he is coaching her. Obviously, there's proof of it.
As for her schooling,
I'm a Harvard dropout.
What city is Harvard in?
I kind of forgot because I haven't been there in a long time.
This woman doing this interview, she's probably like, who put me on this assignment? Who put me on this damn assignment?
Mom says she's going to be homeschooled and has picked up at least one sponsor, with more, she says, in the works.
Okay, so there's some money there. If a sponsor's picking up, she's getting paid for that. So there is some money, but not millions. Not even close.
Y'all can get our headphones too. All y'all haters. Like, I'm trying to make my mom proud.
You don't look very happy.
I mean, that was before. Like, now I'm happier than before.
What's your reaction to all of the haters who are basically online bullying your daughter?
We choose just not ignore them. She has
You don't choose anything. You're not watching it. You don't know what's going on, lady. You can't understand anyway if you wanted to. I'm not making fun of her language barrier, but clearly the language barrier is there. She doesn't even know what her daughter is saying. This woman barely speaks English, so when she watches her daughter's videos, she doesn't even know what she's saying. Again, I'm not throwing shade at her English second language. I'm telling you the reality of it. This mom doesn't even effing know what's going on. She probably went in this interview thought it was something different. Okay? The mom likely knows a little bit and is allowing it, but doesn't know what's going on. There's no way, man. I'm sorry.
a passion and a dream.
Okay.
Many are asking, is this legal to allow your child to do all this? Well, her mom's...
Yes. Yes, it is. And it shouldn't be. And that's what I'm getting at here in the Dot Jones podcast. That question, should this be legal? No, it shouldn't. And you know what? Even if it's not legal, it's absolutely not moral. And Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and everybody allows it. Here's the thing about Instagram. Here's the thing about social media and big tech. Okay? Minus X, Elon Musk turned it into like the free speech platform of the world. Everybody can have their say. It used to not be that way. It's very, very, every social media world, every big tech social media place right now is super left-leaning. Okay? It's absolutely left. It's not in the center. It is what it is. Okay? That is what it has become. Okay? Social media knows how to throttle posts when it comes to like conservative media. Okay? They know how to throttle posts they don't like Hunter Biden's laptop story. Okay? They know all that stuff. I know this is kind of political, but I'm just trying to make a point here. Bear with me, okay? And if you don't agree with me on that, then you are not paying attention. A lot of people are not paying attention, okay? Social media can absolutely throttle anything they want to throttle, ban anybody they want to ban, and they ban a lot of people. Twitter banned Trump, okay? Probably deserved it. He's a dickhole. But I'm just saying, if you're going to talk about free speech and your platform is free speech, you better be about the free speech. And none of them really are. Not even again, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it right now, is the only one right now that kind of is allowing that to happen. Right. So I say all that to say this. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everybody also, all they have to do is flip a switch. No more minors on your platform. None. Zero. And if you have a minor on your platform, right, it has to be 13 and above, and there has to be proof. Right? I can't even get verified in a lot of places unless I show proof of my license, my address, blah, 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 in order to do all that stuff. They already have all that shit in place. If you want a child to be on the internet, cool. They have to be 13 and above, and we want proof of it. That's it. Then you won't be liable, because a lot of these platforms are going to be liable for the shit and the trauma that they've caused these children for allowing this content to be monetized on their platforms. It's going to happen, and I'm going to be here for it. It's a matter of time before one of these children actually sues social media platforms for allowing all this to happen and not protecting children like they say they do. All these social media platforms have spokespeople. And those spokespeople, whenever asked about questions like this, they'll say, we take the protection of children very seriously. Do they? Because how does this happen then? Right? They don't take it very seriously. You got Everly LeBrand on there, one of my biggest expose videos about who was actually watching this 7-year-old girl in dance leotards when it was 70% men over the age of 24, right? And all you have to do is put account ran by mom. That's it. You got toddlers on here. You've got AI surfing the internet, scraping it for pictures of babies and children and putting it on the dark web. It is happening, and social media can stop it. And they won't stop it because it's worth billions of dollars. All these kids are not only being taken advantage of their parents for money, they're being taken advantage of by social media companies as well because it's very lucrative. Okay? They can stop it in a heartbeat. And it's going to have to take laws in order to do it. They won't until the law comes in and says no more kids under 13 on social media. None. Could you imagine the good that would do for these children who cannot give informed consent to being put on the internet? I know I'm on a little bit of a rant, but this is where it's leading. That's the question.
Says she's always supervising, even when Lil Tay was driving that Rolls Royce you saw. Now, there are child labor...
Oh, you were supervising your daughter driving a Rolls Royce? Well, you're a good mom, you dumbass!
...laws and rules about putting child stars' income into trust funds, but bear in mind, they're Canadians, and they just moved here to Hollywood.
And Juju, I'm glad...
Yeah, there's no laws in Canada either for that shit. There's no Coogan laws in place for kids on the internet. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So this is what happened next. So Lil Tay's dad finally steps in, and he is a lawyer in Vancouver, okay? But the brother gets pissed because the brother is out with the mom, and they all move to LA. Because after the mom gets fired from her firm, they move to LA because maybe they are making a little bit of money, but in my opinion, it's not millions of dollars. I can't see it. I cannot see it. But basically what happened was they left the dad, and weren't probably supposed to do that, but left anyway.
Scammed all of us again. If you don't know what already happened, a few days ago, Jason came on Lil Tay's Instagram stating that there was a GoFundMe link in the bio and for everyone to donate because there's some kind of legal trouble going on right now. Her dad is apparently trying to gain full custody of Lil Tay, and her mom doesn't want that happening. And that Chris Hope, who's Lil Tay's biological father, is spending all of her wealth on these lavish gifts and vacations. So of course I did some digging to see what the real truth is, and this is what I found. Lil Tay's biological father is a personal injury attorney. Not only that, but the vacations that Jason was claiming that Chris was taking with Lil Tay's money was before Lil Tay was even famous. Go watch Ivan Steff's video for more. This is crazy.
Okay, so I did a little bit more research, obviously, into this, and so he was saying there was a post made by her brother saying we're going to the Supreme Court of Canada. She's fighting for her rights. Please donate to this GoFundMe. First of all, the Supreme Court of Canada doesn't take custody cases. Okay, doesn't happen. They will just like the U.S.'s Supreme Court, they rule on things that will change all the lower courts' laws and shit like that, okay? You don't go to Supreme Court of Canada to fight for custody. So, what she found out was correct. This guy is probably a pretty wealthy lawyer. If you live in Vancouver and you don't live on the street, you're rich. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You cannot live in Vancouver unless you have money. So this guy is a lawyer. Mom was probably likely a wealthy real estate agent dealing with the Chinese customers that came in because there was a lot of Chinese people buying real estate in Canada. And I mean, they had to change the laws. They had to say no more. That's how bad it was getting, okay? And she's right. So this dad steps in, and the dad makes statements. And this article in Stylecaster says, 2019, Lil Tay's social media accounts became inactive after a custody battle between Hope's mother, Angela Tien, and father, Chris Hope. So this is what her father, Chris Hope, fought for custody in 2018. My daughter is hurting, and she's angry. I regret that I was unable to stop all the negative things from happening to her, Chris Hope says in a statement in Hollywood Life. I'm heartbroken about what has happened, not only to her, but also to my other family members due to past events and now due to lies and harassment that were posted on Instagram. I don't know if the Instagram was hacked or not. All I know is that the person or people controlling the Instagram did things that are crimes in Canada and in California, and we will see what happens with that. When my daughter's social media began to go viral this year, I disagree with most of the social media activity, the statement continued. I took legal steps to stop things which I felt were dangerous to her physical and mental health and to her future. I do not think a 10-year-old girl should be put in these situations and made to drop out of school so she make money for other people. This guy, and this is it. This is where it comes all down to right here. This is the dad seeing the dangers of putting his daughter on social media and allowing his daughter to be on social media. Seeing the virality and seeing her around strange dudes, seeing her in like hip-hop videos with other guys, all this kind of stuff. If that was me and I saw my daughter in those types of videos, I would absolutely do the same thing this guy did. Now, the son is accusing him of taking all this girl's money and blah, blah, blah. Again, let's be real, everybody. She didn't make the money you thought she was making. This guy was a lawyer. This guy is a lawyer in Vancouver. He makes money. Okay, and it's proof. He went on all those vacations and stuff before she became famous. And this guy, in my opinion, because he says this, everyone else involved in this situation is motivated by money and the possibility of making money off my daughter. Jake Paul, you dickhole. I'm not fighting about money. I'm fighting for my daughter, for her happiness and her future. My daughter wants to pursue acting and singing, and I support her 100% in following her dreams. I think she was given bad advice about many things early this year, and she was steered in the wrong direction by various people. I hope my daughter is able to follow that path, will make her happy, keep her safe, and allow her to grow up in the amazing person I know she is. A GoFundMe was created by Jason Sion, alleging Chris Hope and his wife had physically and mentally abused her. And that, again, has been pretty... And there's videos of him talking to his dad, filming it, and dad wouldn't say anything. Do you know why the dad's not saying anything in those videos? Because he's a lawyer, and he knows not to say anything. He's a lawyer. It tells you everything you need to know. He knows he's not going to say anything and incriminate himself or say something wrong or whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. He knows the court of public opinion is different than the court of law. So the dad has custody of this girl right now, Lil Tay, right? And she goes dark for the last 5 years. Good, right? Needed to. That needed to happen. Because the dad sees the danger of the social media. So in my opinion, this whole story comes down to this dad taking his daughter off social media because he saw the dangers of it. And that there deserves a high damn five to this guy, Chris. He's not the one, he's not taking her money. If anything, this guy's the only person protecting this little girl. And he had to do it through the court of law, and he had to fight for it and do it all. Maybe he wasn't really aware at the beginning what was really going on and said, yeah, pursue your dreams. Wasn't really like me. I didn't know this stuff was that dangerous till a few years ago. And this all happened, guys, 5 years ago. This is like well before the Mike Christopher situation blew up and family vlogging and all this exploitation conversation wasn't really happening. This guy was way ahead of the curve. He saw the dangers of putting your kid on social media and the possible ramifications for her future and fought for her to get off the internet. Now, she might have not liked it at the beginning and maybe wanted to get back on the internet because she was craving the fame and craving the social media stuff, but eventually that kind of phased out. And that's why you haven't seen her online now. She's 14 now, okay? And brother, maybe she wants to make a comeback, and maybe that's what happened here. The brother posts this thing, they passed away, everybody does videos on it, it goes massively viral about the death, and then it started right away. The dad would not confirm the death. People are like, nope, this is fake. Somebody said there's these 2 kids who died in Alberta on these Sea-Doo accidents. Everybody was talking. Everybody wanted to say it. And I'm not throwing shade at anybody for doing that. That's how this works. And that's the danger of it. You understand? You're putting kids on the internet. If they possibly do die or get in an accident or whatever the case may be, it's going to go viral. It's going to be in the news. They have no privacy. This girl hasn't been on the internet for 5 years. Okay? Which just proves the point that the internet is forever. So whatever you put on the internet, it is going to live there. And if something happens down the road, it is going to be brought up, dug up, no matter what it is. So when you put your kid on the internet, you are creating a digital footprint that will never, ever go away. Do you understand? So if they want to apply for a job and they go to apply for college, depending what's on the internet, that could have a negative impact on their life. Right? It's going to have a negative impact no matter what because you're not giving them any privacy. And what if they want that? If your child comes to you someday and says, or they become an introvert, or they are an introvert, or whatever the case may be, they don't want that on the internet. They don't have a choice anymore. You took it away from them. All this Lil Tay case proves to me is that kids shouldn't be famous. right? And the parents and the people behind these kids making them famous, they all are assholes. They are all disgusting child exploiters. That's all there is to. I mean, child actors too. Okay, because management companies take on child actors and they will do what they can to do this. This kid had a manager, multiple managers. Okay, the second manager likely was the reason that the help me post was made. That's when the dad had to speak up and say, there's no reason she doesn't need help. She's probably living a normal life, going to school now and everything else. She's been living outside of the spotlight, thank God, for the last 5 years. Maybe popped up here and there, goes to school, but hasn't been, probably sees. It's going to be very interesting in the next couple of years to see if she makes a choice to come back on the internet or not. But it's really, really interesting that what we're seeing right now is his brother just looking for this clout for whatever reason to get her name back on the internet, to get the GoFundMe going again, because $17,000 I think was donated to this GoFundMe. Where did that money all go? It's not going to fight a court case, because he posted it when they said the court case was starting like the next day. I mean, you would already have had to have all your lawyers. If you're going to court the next day, that shit has already been paid. You're already going to court. You've already paid lawyers. So what was that? That's fraud, everybody. What's going to happen is this older brother is going to end up in jail. That's what's going to happen. You're going to see that. Mark my words. I said it here in the Dad Challenge podcast. This guy's going to end up in jail. And, and he should. And anybody who ever does this to children, they should all end up in jail. If you exploit children in channel, Jake Paul, I'm talking to you. Jojo Siwa, I'm talking to you. Family vloggers, I'm talking to you. Hollywood, I'm talking to you. We gotta figure out how to stop this. Social media platforms can put an end to this overnight. And they will never do it until they are forced by law, which again, I hate. I'm a libertarian. I hate less government control. I'm always about less, but not here. This is the one where I'm go for it. You know what? Parents clearly aren't protecting their children, and so they need laws in place. That's it. That's all. This is abuse. There's no other way to put this. This kid was coerced at 9 years old to say some of the things she was saying. Apparently she was saying the N-word and everything else. That will follow her for the rest of her life. And that's the brother behind it all. Do you understand that? This is the craziest thing ever, because at its core, we wouldn't even talk. Nobody knows who Lil Tay is without child exploitation. Right? And this whole fake everything. This is and I don't think she was a part of this. This is only going to be bad for her. Her dad in Vancouver right now is probably lawyering up, getting other things going so he can sue people for this. This kid just probably wants to live a normal life now, has grown up in the past 5 years, has matured past 9 years old, and is now a young lady, and probably wants to move on and can't. Because her brother and her mother took advantage of this whole situation, and managers and Jake Paul and everybody else took advantage of this little girl. That's the real story here. This is the real story of child exploitation and a dad who saw the dangers of it and fought to get her off that. So Chris, if you're listening to this, kudos to you, buddy. I'd love to have a conversation with you sometime about this, because only you know. And this guy is the hero in this. I don't care what anybody says. He is the hero here. He saw the writing on the wall, and he did what he could to get her off when he could, because it would have gotten way worse. So he got her off, and he's kept her off. And now this all came back, and he's probably super pissed about it. But that's it, man. This girl now lives like that for the rest of her life. As she gets older, something happens, whatever. Lil Tay will live on in infamy because of what her brother did. And that, to me, is absolute and utter bullshit. So, Lil Tay's brother, you get Douche Brother of the Day. Congrats. Right before I came on to Full Load Friday, I always check my messages because some people send me videos. And this one I just happened to click. And it's from a channel called Our Wonderful Boggs Life. And it's spelt real dumb. Okay, they have over 300,000 subscribers and sharing the highs and lows of life on type 1 diabetes with a child. Now, I don't give a shit. Everybody comes for me when I talk about these parents who share their child's medical struggles. I don't care. There are some people who were talking about Sanfilippo syndrome. There was a couple families that were pretty big on it, right? And I got lots of massive pushback on that, and I'm not going to budge from it. I'm sorry. I have no problem with you sharing at all. And I'm not saying I'm the arbiter. I'm just saying you want my opinion on it. I have no problem with you sharing Sanfilippo syndrome or sharing rare genetic diseases and all that kind of stuff. I have no problem. That's actually great. But what I have a problem with is the oversharing and the building of massive platforms because of it and the money that you make because of it. That's where I have a problem with it. Because then your motives are different. So if you want to show your child, especially with Sanfilippo syndrome, that has a bunch of different, markers physically, I understand that. Okay? But these people were showing their kid every single day, changing diapers, sitting with them, doing needles and all this kind of stuff. Sorry. And I got a lot of pushback for that. And I stand by it today that I still think it's wrong, and I think a lot of people think it's wrong. I still think it's commendable to talk about these things, to expose these things. I think exposure when it comes to rare genetic disorders and conditions, that's great, because you are helping people, right? But everybody knows that there's a line to be drawn. Everybody knows that line. And this is kind of where that is. So any parent who does this, what you're about to watch, they can get wrecked and kiss my ass, okay? Because this woman is obviously using that to grow her channel. And if you look at her page, it's like, hey, my daughter type 1 diabetes, also look at me in a bra. Also look at me dance here. Oh, look at my husband's shirt off. Oh, look, and don't forget, whenever you see these channels and they're talking about like type 1 diabetes or some rare genetic disorder, blah, 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 why do the moms dance in some of them? Like, really? Okay, it doesn't take rocket appliances to see right through all this shit. It's so easy to see through it, right? And this mom is one of those moms. So watch this video. Get ready to be pissed too.
Guys, we got to get real with you for a second.
Oh.
Everybody talks about Raylan's an inspiration and she's so strong. And I just want you guys to know sometimes everybody has weak moments.
You show your kid crying on the internet, especially on a TikTok, while you're like brush her hair, but you have the camera right shoved in her face. I have zero respect for you. I think that you're an asshole. You are an asshole. I don't even know your name, lady. You are a complete asshole.
She's not feeling so strong tonight. She feels
So let's get the camera, turn it on. My daughter's crying. The first thing I'm gonna do is make a TikTok about it.
very alone. She wants to be normal. She hates type 1 diabetes. And
why are you saying that on camera? She wants to be normal. Daughter is normal. Don't say that. Are you serious?
She really wants is a friend that she could talk to in person, not over the phone. She said it's not the same having friends on the phone, that, you know, she wants to talk to somebody in person that she can hang out with.
Okay.
What, like your age?
Yeah, and I feel like I can to you.
She wants somebody she can cry to, like she can cry to me, that understands and feels the same way. So.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And so let me give you a little bit of advice there, Super Mom of the Year. Okay, why don't you go to like a place that has that kids that are struggling with this, and like you probably have to go to hospitals and clinics and find other parents with them locally. Find a Facebook group, something like that, privately. Do this. But wait, watch.
We are on the hunt for somebody, what age?
We are on the hunt.
Maybe like 10 to 8.
8 to 10?
Yeah, 8 to 10.
A girl?
They're just like preening her, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going on your TikTok with 300,000 followers, and you're like, we're looking for a friend for my daughter amongst this group of people who watch my kid. I don't know who you are, but yeah, come out and find us.
So, Virginia Beach, Virginia.
God.
Norfolk, Salisbury, Maryland, Eastern Shore. So if you're around this area and you have a child with type 1 diabetes that is around her age that we could plan a day with.
8 to 10.
You are an ass hat.
Like ages 8 to 10, a girl. Please reach out to me. Virginia Beach, Virginia, Chesapeake, Norfolk.
Here's where we live.
Maryland, anywhere like near the Eastern Shore. Please let us know, because my girl does not want to feel alone. And
wow.
Yes, only if you're a type 1 diabetic. She has lots of friends, but she wants one that has type 1 diabetes that understands. Good? Thank you guys.
Holy shit. So you got someone here. Now, it's not 300,000 subscribers isn't small. Okay, that's a large number of subscribers. Okay, and obviously taking advantage of that. So the mom's like, advice for newly diagnosed diabetes, blah, blah, blah. It's like, but the mom is, like, don't get this twisted, okay? This channel is all about this mom and her flagellation with herself. Okay, that's what this is all about. She wants to grow her channel for herself. She's probably been trying this for years, and finally, you know what hit for her? It's her daughter having type 1 diabetes, then probably exploded her channel because of that. Second of all, don't ever get on a social media platform with 300,000 people and look for a friend for your daughter. Do you know how many predators are watching you? Do you know how many people are on here who want to hurt you or want to like kidnap your daughter or do something, you know, already? Because you already have this type of platform. And you're going to go out there and be like, let's meet up. How do you know some crazy predator is not going to try to take advantage of this situation? And you know, that doesn't even, and the craziest part about that is this. Check out this tattoo tour.
Can we get a dad's tats reveal?
That's
the St. Michael, which is the guardian angel of law enforcement.
This guy's in law enforcement. This hairy armpitted asshole right here. He's in law enforcement. And the mom just went on their social media platform with 300,000 subscribers and is begging for a friend from strangers from their platform. This guy's in law enforcement. Also, what makes me super angry about these types of people, right? If you want to expose type 1 diabetes, you got this video here, the dad, I had to speed this up, showing how to put in the insulin pumps and blah, blah, blah. You get that? Okay, fine. People could say fine, whatever. But if the next video is advertising for shirts, okay? If you are, look, love me some Simply Simpson boutique. That's it right there. That's all you need to know about these assholes, okay? Dangerous, selfish assholes, okay? And they are taking advantage and exploiting their child with type 1 diabetes because that's what hit for them. That's what hit. So anyway, this is just another one of them, just like the rest of them. And TikTok is just the wild west of this, that no one gives a crap on TikTok. These people will stop at anything to become famous. They'll do whatever it takes because this woman thinks that she's got something to offer, right? She's like, look at me. But you know what? I'm looking at you now. And you're a dickhole. And your kids are going to hate you for this. Because what you're doing is already dumb. Nobody thinks it's cool anymore. But these people will do anything to get TikTok famous because that's all that matters to them. That's all that matters. Type 1 diabetes doesn't matter. Protection of their children clearly doesn't matter. They're all about themselves and they're selfish, narcissistic assholes. And so today, our wonderful Boggs Life, whatever your name is, Sharon. I don't know what your name is. I'm going to call you Sharon because you look like a damn Sharon. You get Douche Mom of the Day. Congratulations. Let's finish it up real strong. Can't finish out the week without doing another Dougherty dozen, a little bit of Snark, but I'm not going to do a full video. I'll do that. I usually do it Mondays and stuff. It's just, I like doing those, starting a week off with a good old Snark. But people were like, you have got to see what Alicia made for her kids. So she's been on this muffin board thing recently, like cooking muffins for her kids, buying 1,200 muffins, baking muffins, giving her kids bullshit. But let's watch this, what she just recently did.
Making a breakfast board prayer tray for Harley's 5th birthday today.
Holy shit.
I used berries, cupcakes, bagels, donuts, muffins, and pudding.
Pudding. Ew, no one's eating any. Oh my, look at the pause screen. Yes. What is she wearing? What are you wearing, Alicia? Oh my gosh. The jump. Hey, why do you do the jump?
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Here we go. Get some donuts. What is happening? Oh my God. See, Alicia doesn't really care about anything. All of that's going to go to waste. Maybe 1 or 2 cupcakes are going to get eaten. Maybe a donut, right? But let's be real. This is spaghetti table. This is like all the crazy, the nacho pool, everything. She thinks this is going to make it go viral. And sometimes it does. But eventually this is like nobody really cares. So she's looking for crazy shit to do while wasting tons of food doing it. Whoa, there's 4 kids in the pool eating 800,000 calories of carbs. Where is everybody? So that shit's gonna get wet.
Happy 5th birthday, Harley.
Okay, now you sprayed all the water into the muffins. And it's chlorine and piss, because you know that pool is full of piss. You know it is. I love her. Here's what my kids, 12 kids ate today, because it's actually hilarious. But I just pulled one random, and we're gonna walk through it, and we'll see if her kids actually ate it, because I'll comment. Ready? Here we go.
Here's what my 12 kids ate today.
No, they didn't.
They had an oatmeal bar for breakfast.
They didn't eat any of this. They went and grabbed cereal or pudding. They did not eat this. Okay, next.
For lunch,
raisins.
They had chicken tenders with tater tots.
That's what they ate for sure. I would eat that.
Green beans.
They did not eat the green beans.
And peaches.
They also didn't eat the peaches.
For snack, they had pizza.
Snack! This is like second lunch. Just call it second lunch, Alicia.
And soda at Clubhouse Fun Center. And for dinner,
that was a snack. After lunch,
I made lasagna with Italian loaf.
You didn't just cut bread up, put on a plate? Okay, you didn't put like garlic butter on it, not no cheese? Delish. Super delish.
And salad.
Salad, they're not eating the salad.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit, everybody. They're not eating that shit. Come on, Alicia, get wrecked, you dumbass. So there you go, everybody. Full in Friday. 3 big topics going on. You got douche brother of the day, douche mom of the day, and douche Dougherty of the day. It's always going to be Alicia. Josh might get one in there once in a while, but there you go. That Lil Tay situation is quite crazy. That other one, you know what? I don't ever say don't leave hate for people, but at the same time, just don't watch them. Okay, they don't deserve your watch. If you're exploiting a child because of their diabetes or because of their illnesses and stuff like that, you deserve all the mockery. And I'll give it to you. I'll do it right here on this channel. I hope she watches. And if you are watching, you and your husband, buttholes, enjoy the award. Okay? Everybody take a deep ass breath. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. That's another one. That kid went viral. Like Rebecca Black goes viral for making this crazy video that her parents like, yeah, you pursue your career. That almost like, that destroyed her life, everybody. You really want that for your kids? Don't do it. Don't try to make your kids famous. Please don't. It's a bad thing. My daughter's like, I want to be a singer. No. I told my daughter, no way you're going to be famous. She's an incredible singer and everything else. I'm like, I would never want that for you. If you want to do local Broadway, if you want to do all these things, that's great. We'll focus on that thing. Don't ever want fame for your children, okay? They can't, not even adults can handle it. You think kids can handle it? Jeez, what a crazy story. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome on Friday. I hope you're having an amazing summer. It's coming down to a close. I do see that. But get out there, cut the grass, have some good time, get in the sprinkler, have some fires, make some more memories with your kids. There's only a little time left. So if you haven't done any major memories of taking your kids somewhere, please let me encourage you right now. Do something really cool until the end of the summer. Get your kids out doing some fun stuff, making memories with you, okay? Put the phone down and go hang out with your kids. I know we all do that as parents, and I get that, but maybe someone needed to hear that. You guys are awesome, incredible, and valuable. Don't you damn well forget it, and I will see you when I see you.